are driven by the finer things. I see more than materials and wealth. What have you got to give to me? What I don't already give myself. You are driven by the...
Hello, welcome to a brand new episode of Illuminated Disclaimer. Sydney here. I'm hoping you're having a lovely time wherever you are now and just finding good and successful ways to illuminate your own path. Now, I am going to do another episode of words of appreciation. And this is basically a series that I do alongside Illuminated Disclaimer. Sometimes I do it every week. It might be bi-weekly as well. So if you are, thinking what words of appreciation is, it's basically where I talk about my struggles with mental health, and I also bring out an olive branch to help people with their mental health too. And I also talk about things I've been through in the past which have held me down and made me dwell on specific things, and I find solutions and I share those solutions. So hopefully some of these things can help you going forward. But I'm going to reiterate this at the end, but leave a comment downstairs if you find this series beneficial. And if you want me to speak of anything else when it comes to word of appreciation, please let me know and I'll be more than happy to do an episode on your behalf. So I just wanted to talk about anger. In the past, when I was growing up, context, I am the youngest of 3 brothers. I never really had a voice. I used to be quite shy and timid, and I didn't really have an opinion because I had 2 brothers who were very kind of loud and outspoken. So I actually spent a lot of my childhood and early teens quite shy, which is quite surprising because I'm out there talking to various people, getting on stage, hosting events. But yeah, I used to be completely different growing up, very shy, very friendly, but I was quite naive and I didn't know how to defend myself verbally. So when people say something bad, I'll just take it, go home and just be upset, but not tell anybody I was upset. I was someone who used to smile all the time. And it was only until I got into my late teens when I realized how destructive that was for me. Because then there would be some points when someone would say something to me, and I just didn't know how to regulate myself and tell this person to stop. So as a result, if someone said something bad to me, even if it was little, and I didn't take it well, I'll be quiet for the whole day. I won't talk to anybody. I'll just be in a rut. The only way that I will shake it off is if I go to sleep and wake up in the morning. I used to be proud. I used to say, I'll be better in the morning. That's what I used to say. And I didn't know how to regulate or help myself in that regard. Some days I would wake up and I would just be so upset I wouldn't talk to anybody for the whole day. I asked some of my friends growing up in college, they will tell you that, yeah, I never really used to talk. If I had a bad day, I wouldn't talk to anyone. And there's been some days when I used to go all the way to college and just turn back because I just wasn't in the mood. And it turned, I think in my mid-20s, I kind of realized that what I was doing was not right for me. And instead of me speaking assertively, which I should have, I used to just take out my anger as soon as I detected that someone was saying something negative to me. So what I did to help and to find a solution going forward was the following things. I would be more assertive. I need to be more assertive because if someone's upset me, they need to know. I need to also extend my boundaries, just so if people knew that they were offending me, they would have to know. Now, as a self-professed people pleaser, there was a lot of times where I didn't want to hurt other people, but I realized I was hurting myself by saving other people, and that was very bad because I was burning the candle from both ends. I was trying to protect people and neglecting myself as a result. So I had to be assertive. I had to put my boundaries, and I would recommend, if you are angry, if you're an angry person by nature, just appreciate the fact that people are saying things, but they don't necessarily want to offend you. They're just seeing things from their point of view. So a lot of what people say isn't designed just to attack. Maybe they're telling something from your point of view, or their point of view, I should say. But the most important thing to consider is this: there's two ways to react. Yeah, you could react just by appreciating what they're saying, but politely disagreeing or agreeing with them, or getting offended and becoming angry and putting negative energy back in their direction, which necessarily won't be the best course of action. So I would say respond and don't react. If someone says something, think about why they're saying it. Maybe there's some truth in what they're saying. Maybe they've been in a situation and they're trying to look out for you. Or maybe they're going through something bad in their lives and they're projecting onto you. Either way, it's none of your concern. It's a them problem, not a you problem, so you shouldn't take it in as such. Now, if someone says to you, you know, actually, let me just turn this around. A lot of people used to call me short in the past and I used to get really offended. But nowadays, if the same people start calling me short, so what? I'm grateful. I love my life. I love who I am. I'm a beautiful soul, and I feel that a lot of people are beautiful souls too. So if someone actually came to me and said, "Oh wow, you're short," I would be like, "Why are you attacking me? It feels like you are being attacked by something, and this is the only way that you can respond is just by attacking other people. Why are you so negative? Are you going through a negative aspect in your life? Ask how they're doing." A lot of people in this day and age are going through a lot of things, and instead of articulating it and communicating it right, they they let it manifest physically in different ways, and this is just pushing people away unintentionally, saying negative things, putting themselves higher than somebody else just to make themselves feel better. So we need to start feeling for these people, acknowledging that these people are going through something, and actively starting to have clear communication to ask why they feel like negativity is the best course of action. Because that stuff ages you. Why do you think I look so young? Like if I didn't have this beard, I'd be ID'd for getting paracetamol. It's because negativity, it aged me. I felt older, I just felt miserable, I felt sunken. And when I started doing these techniques when it came to anger, I just realized that there was more clarity in my life, and I lived a happier life. And I realized that people would come to me to talk about their anger and ways that I can help give them advice to remedy it. And that was one of the reasons I brought out Illuminated DiiSCLAIMER, was to help more people. Because fortunately, I could have been in a much worse position right now. I probably wouldn't even be here, to be honest with you. But thankfully, I'm so grateful I'm still here now, and I realized that I have talents and capabilities to help the world and help individuals in the process too. So this is, I guess, a call for anybody who wants it, just to leave a comment and just let me know what you want me to talk about in the future. This series is catered around you, the viewer. So if there's anything you want me to talk about, please let me know. But this has been another episode of Words of Appreciation, aka Illuminated DiiSCLAIMER. Our names are Sydney, and thank you very much for watching. Hope you're finding new ways to illuminate your path, and I wish you the best.